So I'm the only one out of everyone here that's actually read the manga. And so this movie I thought was fantastic. Off the bat, spoiler free, I'll say I got to give it like a 9.5 out of 10. I've been thinking about what I could criticize on this movie. I know usually when I come out of a movie, I have some criticism, like I didn't like this, I didn't like that. It could have been a little better. Some of the anime movies I've been seeing recently, there's not much criticism, but for this one, I just really could not come up with anything that I would change, which is very rare for a movie, especially like even when I read the manga, even like One Piece, when I compare the manga to the anime, there's just like there's a few things that I wish were a little different. Like over here, I think the only thing that was different was how a certain character was portrayed. That's very minimal. So this movie is essentially in two parts, right? We saw the beginning of the movie, the first half was basically a romance, like life just being portrayed day to day. And then the second half of the movie was just straight hands. It was nonstop action and it was
Mm.
it was beautiful. Like this
Mm.
was some of the best animated, even the beginning part was amazingly animated and the soundtrack was a 10 out of 10. That's one thing that a lot of people have completely agreed on was the soundtrack was phenomenal. Like you're immersed into everything that is going on with like all the feelings and all the emotion. So Mappa animated this. They are about to give Ufotable a run for their money. Like I can tell. Like those higher ups at Mappa are like, all right, we need to take down Ufotable. We can let them stay at number one. And they're going up there. They keep up this route, this trajectory, it's gonna be a tough competition. I don't think, there might be some times where Ufotable doesn't win best animation of the year.
I thought the movie was beautifully constructed. I thought this movie was like it was so many layers to it and it was very dynamic and it executed romance and action and blended them together perfectly. And like I didn't have a problem with the beginning, middle, or end. Like I wasn't bored at all through it. It was a very tight and concise movie. It had no fat on it actually. It was like weathering with your name like clashing with like just a shonen action-packed anime. Like somehow they blended the two perfectly. Like even the vibe, like there's like you said, the score, the music, the background, the setting, the animation, the way they directed it, like they really approached both perfectly. And it was a beautifully balanced movie. Honestly, it won't win anime movie of the year, but it honestly should be in competition for it. It just has it just up against Demon Slayer. It just has no chance. The movie made dang near 900 $800 million. It's just not going to compete with something like that. These things are popularity contests, not like it's not the Oscars. Uh, so from a critical standpoint, like if you go off casting, sequencing, pacing, directing, cinematography, the movie is dang near flawless. And that's where it excels. It hits all points and all facets of what a movie should be. And the movie just did really well at that. Even there was nudity in this movie, right? And I'm not a guy who even I don't want to see a bunch of nudity in my anime or in my movies. I'm just not that guy. But they even did the nudity kind of in a tasteful way. Like it wasn't like I was like, this is actually not that bad. Like I was like, this is actually pretty clean how they did the nudity in this movie. So I really appreciated this movie for what it was. Like it, honestly, I'll probably give it a 9 out of 10. It was really good.
It was a great movie, and every time I watch a really good movie, it literally feels like minutes, but obviously we were there for, hour and some change, right? So like I think yeah, I was captivated. I was watching the movie. The cinematics were great. Like they were hitting all sorts of different angles, I know Mayor posted one of the things where like it was the pause animation type of situation, where like it's
The
moving
impact
so
is insane.
fast, but they're including so many details. So I definitely want to run this back and watch it again, just at my own pace, you know. So
Mhm.
looking forward to watching this over again. And you know, I don't really watch movies twice,
Mhm.
but this
Yeah.
thing was that good, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys were saying, like it's a great overall movie. It's not
Mhm.
just the action that captures you, right? There's a good story. Like
Mhm.
I said, good pacing. It didn't feel rushed, but it
Mhm.
didn't feel like there was a bunch of fillers and like just conversations and things like that.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I think they killed it. Love to see the great, you know, competition in the anime space.
Mhm.
This only means, you know, we're gonna keep getting hit movies like this. Now that we got Mappa on the table, you know, Ufotable still it's gonna be hard to dethrone, but like Mayor said, you
Yeah,
know,
that's
as
yeah.
long as they're keeping up this pace, they're in the conversation. So yeah, I definitely give it a 9 out of 10 too.
Something can be great, but still just not
It's
a
not the
10.
level at your other tens, other
That is probably
ten.
you're right. That could be a level of tens. You're right. That could be a level of tens. Yeah, I'm okay with you saying that. Yeah, that makes sense. You're
To
right.
me, 10's always like perfection. You know what I mean? And it
Mhm.
like nothing is perfect. Like it, I don't know. Like you know, I get Mayor's point in saying like you can't
So
really
that just
pick
means
out
your ceiling is like 9 or 9.5.
9.5 is 9.9 even. You know?
Yeah. But
True.
9.5, I understand Mayor's logic to give it a 10.
Yeah.
I gave it a 9 because I can't give it a 10 just because it wasn't a 10 movie in my opinion. It could have been a 10. I ain't gonna lie. It just, you know what? The problem with this is when you give something a 10, you start comparing it to the other 10s, like you said, and then you start thinking like, well, I like this 10 more than that 10. So if I say this is a 10, I'm saying it's equal with that 10. Well, that's not exactly the case. But I don't think any movie literally actually deserves a 10. But I understand Mayor's logic in giving this movie a 10. The
Yeah.
movie, I think a lot of people gave this movie a perfect score. Like a lot of audience members,
Yeah.
they loved this movie. And it was, because critically, it really is just, it's a very sharp movie. Like they did their thing with this movie. So, yeah, I have no problem with you giving it a 10.
I think one of the thing that like something that hasn't stuck out to me. It was great, you know, scenes, great this, like everything was great, but like I don't know. There's some sort of emotional feel that's to like a 10 out of 10 movie where like you feel
Mm.
deeply moved and like again, great
Mm.
movie, but like I didn't feel that way,
Hmm. Mm. I think
right?
that's a good way to, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
I don't think it moved me like a 10 out of 10 movie would or like a 9.9, you know?
Right, right, right,
Like great
right.
movie. There's again no really complaints, right? Like
I think Mayor, it could have moved him emotionally though, just because he's a manga reader
yeah,
of it. He's been a fan of Chainsaw Man. He was the
yeah.
first Chainsaw Man
He was
fan I
pushing
knew
it.
actually. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like deep into the lore of Chainsaw Man, and it literally featured his favorite Chainsaw Man woman in the
Yeah.
movie. So I can see
True.
him being emotionally moved by the movie in a different way that we weren't. So
yeah,
I can see his 10 making sense
for sure.
there. So.
There was also a lot of people that were way more emotionally moved than I was. Like there was people like crying, like they were like so emotionally vested in like the whole story between Denji and Reze. Like
Yeah.
I liked the story and it did move me, but not to the extent that it moved those other people. I guess it's
Mhm.
kind of like if I had the closest comparison, it's like the free run story, right? Like
Mhm.
people are obsessed and really feel for
Yeah.
the free run story, but when I watch it, I'm just like, I don't feel anything.
Not and that's not a knock on free run.
Yeah.
It's just that it just doesn't connect with you the same way it does to these other people, and that's why these people like worship free run. When the action starts, it starts
Yeah.
like, and it just doesn't end, and it just keeps going and going and building and building and building, and it's like a long climax through. Like I'm like, this is crazy. Like it's to the point where you just sitting there like, what is happening here? Like at certain, you get so lost in it because so much is going on that you really do. probably do need to see the movie another time just to appreciate that scene that was taking place properly. Like that movie was it got really turned up very fast and it stayed on dial 11 for like 30 minutes. It was legit like 30 minutes just nonstop high quality crazy action going on. So like that you don't get that often. You like and they pulled it off very well. They made that very entertaining to watch because things can get boring.
And they stuck to the manga like almost exactly. That's
Wow.
exactly how it went in the manga as well.
I want to give a shout out to my boy, the Shark Fiend. I think he
Yeah.
may have been the MVP of the movie on the low. Like, legit. He legit was the MVP. Ride or die for Denji.
Yeah.
That is a ride or die for real, dog. Like,
That's
I
more
appreciated
chainsaw for
him.
him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, I loved him. And it was crazy because we didn't get much of him in season one. We just saw him
Yeah.
one time, really. He got introduced to us, but I didn't realize he was gonna be just like he's like one of my favorite characters now, bro. He I don't know how he survived. I mean, I don't know how strong he is, but he survived with a bunch of people did not survive.
He has a lot of good durability.
Okay.
He is very durable. Yeah, Denji just put the chainsaw on him. He's like, all right, this is how we're gonna ride. And he was confused at first, and he was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah. You said
This is what we're gonna do.
they got me on that scene because I thought he was about to start swinging like Spider-Man, you know, and
Yeah.
he said, "All right,
I think that's what
yeah,
he was supposed to do.
yeah,
So here's the thing. At the beginning of the movie, we saw Denji go on a date with Makima.
Mm.
If you observed how, and by the way, I know I read the manga, but I'm speaking as if I didn't read the manga. So I'm
Okay.
ignoring everything else I know. If you observed how Denji felt when he is with Makima versus if you saw Denji and how he felt when he was with Reze, he was trying to resist, like actually trying to like Reze, although the resistance was barely anything. But like clearly, like he enjoyed being with Reze way more than Makima. And he enjoyed being with Reze way more than Power, more than anyone.
Wow. That's not hard.
That's not hard to feel. I know that's not hard to do, right? But I mean, both of them they have some sort of devil. You know, they both didn't go to school. It seemed like they both kind of just wanted a normal life, right? But you know, because of circumstances, that couldn't happen.
I mean, they did have a lot of similarities. They did have a lot in common. She did sing. That is a good point. When it did get to a point where she's fighting him, and you clearly understand. Okay, she's a op. You start thinking like, why didn't she kill him when she just had the chance? I feel like this is drawn on way too. Like I was like, oh, did she actually like this guy? Like she was
yeah."
just clearly ignoring that she liked this guy. I was like,
It seemed like they were having fun fighting each other.
yeah, but it was also like you didn't have to teach him how to swim. You didn't have to do any of that stuff that you would. You didn't
Yep.
have to do any of that stuff you were doing. If you were there initially just to take his heart, you could have just corn. You could have did it in the phone booth. Like he wouldn't have seen it coming. So I was like, huh?
So why didn't she?
Why didn't you do that? You know, and I guess and this what comes to mind. This is why Makima I think is the one for Denji. She understands him and his abilities and his potential better than even he does, better than the Bomb Devil does, better than anyone does. She knew that the Bomb Devil was on the prowl and was up to no good, and she would be smitten by him. She knew that. Her showing up at the right time, she knew that she wasn't going to get on that train. She knew where she knew exactly everything the bomb. She knew Denji had the strength and the power to defeat the bomb devil physically and emotionally. He defeated her literally in a battle of strength and literally in a battle of love. Like Makima understands Denji's potential and power. I think Makima actually likes Denji. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you read the manga. Makima likes Denji, okay? She just all about her business at the end of the day. She prioritizes business. All right, she got to get the job done. She has to get the objective done. She's trying to save the world. Criticize her all you want. She is the one for Denji at the end of the day. We need a man. Well, not we. Pause. Hold on. Hold on. Men need a woman that can push them to their potential. Makima does that for Denji. Nope. Power doesn't do that for Denji. Reze don't do that for Denji. We need a woman that can push Denji to his potential. Then that's it. That's all I got.
Even if that person is just using him. Because here's the thing, right?
For the greater good.
But here's the thing. At this
What is the greater good, bro?
up until this
They,
point, everything that Makima has done, so the whole date thing was weird, right? Like I don't know how to interpret the date thing, but her conversation with Aki, she was with where Aki was saying he's had problems with the angel devil, and but Makima was just like, you just
Use it.
need to be friends with him just so you could use him, right? And so
she need.
something like that just makes me seem like she's got to be using Denji. Like, does she actually like him or is she using him? We don't know. But if I had to say, do you want to be used by someone even if they like you?
Do I want to be used?
Do you
No.
think Denji? Okay, yeah. I guess Denji doesn't care.
That Denji don't
As
care.
long as Denji, yeah, as long as
Hey,
Denji gets
hey,
what
he
he
said it.
wants,
No, I ain't gonna lie. I felt that through my bones when he said
What?
that, boy. When he said, "I just thought about this. Every girl I ever wanted, what just wants to kill me,
yeah.
Yeah.
and they just want my heart. They want the Chainsaw Man heart. Trust
What
me,
about Denji's heart?
they want the
They don't
Chainsaw
want
Man heart.
Denji's
What
heart.
about Denji? What about Denji? I was like, yeah, Denji, you right. Yo. Like, I felt that. I was like, man, yeah,
But
men just want to be one for them.
Reze said that she liked Denji too
Ah, boy.
No, she tricked. She tried
afterwards.
to trick him on the cars, didn't she? Then she said, "I actually liked you." Like she tried to trick him. He was like, "Really?"
I think she was being serious.
Look, she clearly had something for him, right? Like, because like she came back, all those things. So there's definitely something there. It just, how much was it a lie? Because she was like, "Oh, I was just lying to you this whole time."
Mhm.
But clearly there was something there where like her
Yeah,
actions
clearly,
didn't necessarily align with her mission.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, it's possible. I just, I just, I think Mayor makes a good point. He's being used, but like I said, for the greater good.
And we got
The
Team
gun,
Makima.
the gun devil needs to go down, and Denji is the way to do that. So hey, if I gotta be used to save the world, then use me, you know? So yeah, save humanity. Thank you, babe, for pushing me to my potential. I'm a hero now.
I'm
He's employed. He's employed.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
okay.
right.
that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was down in the dumps
He
before
was
this, so
right. He was literally in the trash before Makima. She picked him
So
up, dusted him off.
we found out a little bit of lore from this movie too. So the who was it? The Typhoon Devil called Reze, Lady Reze.
Yeah, Lady
She has some
Reza.
respect on her name,
yeah.
Mm-hmm,
and apparently, according to who was it? According to Beam, the Shark Devil,
mm-hmm.
Reze is an ally of the Gun Devil. Makes
Right.
sense. Bomb Devil, Gun Devil. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that's a little bit of lore there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thereafter, just Chainsaw Man's heart. Another point about that didn't make sense to me was the Angel Devil. Because who fears Angel? Why is the Angel Devil a thing? You know, that's another good thing to think about.
Hey, just remember the devil was an angel that fell from the top, you know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
So what if the angel is the devil? Like literally the devil. Like, what if that's the angel he represents? That angel devil. That's a good point, Amoya. That's a great. Dang, that was
Yeah.
fire.
That's a great
That was
point.
really good. Yeah, that was a really good
I'm a
point.
man culture.
What was that division? What was that division Aki was with? Before it
Division
was
two.
Division Two.
Yeah.
Those had to be the most stupid, arrogant agents I've ever seen in my life. These dudes aren't even in the special task force. You see Denji pull up to the thing, half dead, about to die. The beam is screaming and panicking, talking about the bomb that was on his way. They see her pull up, and these dudes think it's nothing. They think they don't even. We'll take care of this, Aki. You just go in the back. I'm mad Aki trusted them. I'm
Yeah.
mad that he just saw your boy pulled up, body half missing and everything, and you think this dude is gonna take care of the business? Like I I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
I was
Aki
so
Aki should have
disappointed.
stayed and fought.
It made no sense, bro. That he thought they would really take care of that situation.
Yeah.
Made for a great scene though. Made for a great. That was honestly one of my favorite scenes. Them pulling up to the station and her talking to them and going through that fight and that was awesome. That was a good scene. But it just I was just like, how's this? Also, question: do they share the dog cone? Like, do they all share him?
I think so.
Like three people did that joint in that movie. I was like,
Yeah.
everybody got the
I think they all have a contract with
okay, okay.
because multiple people also have a contract with the Future Devil too.
Oh, so you got more. Oh, okay, so you can share con. Okay, every Chainsaw Man Reze arc post I see on Instagram or real, the I think the Chainsaw Man crowd are trying their hardest to just dethrone Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer fans had no thought about these Chainsaw Man people. We wasn't worried about them. We weren't thinking about them. They was minding their business, enjoying their movie, and anticipating the next two movies to come out. Soon as Chainsaw Man movie come out, the first thing they say, "Oh, it's better than Demon Slayer. It's better than." That's the first. We didn't ask you all that. Was the movie good? That's all we asked about. We didn't ask you if it was better. All right. So I guess we gotta talk about it just because that's what everyone's comparing them. Just because there are two movies that came out. This is an awesome year of anime, by the way. To have those two come back a month apart is insane. Top quality, great movies. Number one box office anime movies in America. Two anime movies being the number one. That's not
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
I don't think that'll happen ever again. So
That's a
that's
whole shift.
yeah,
The
that's crazy.
industry shifting.
Yeah. Um, in my opinion, I think you have to understand movies can be just as great as one another and be different. Okay. And I've been seeing this comparison a lot that one movie is like a Christopher Nolan movie and one is like a Avengers Infinity Wars movie. Like they're both great like Avengers Infinity War is literally in my top five movies of all time. But critically, a Christopher Nolan movie is probably better than the Avengers Infinity War. But more people went to go see Avengers Infinity War. Like I would see Avengers Infinity War a million times because just that's just what I don't want to see Interstellar three times. But it'd be a great movie. It's a great movie. Interstellar was good. Oppenheimer was good. You know, Inception I did see more than once, but that's just because it was confusing. But you see the difference there though. One
I
they
get what you mean.
they're both great movies, but they just offer two different things to the audience, to the general public there. And I'll just leave it at that. I'm not even gonna say which one is better. Infinity Castle definitely has more flaws in my opinion than the other movie, but I just enjoyed it more than Chainsaw Man, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's a good comparison. I think the comparison to in Avengers Infinity War for me would be the Demon Slayer, and then the Christopher Nolan film would be Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
So they're both different, but they can both be top tier for sure. So I'll leave it at that as well.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, and I think the thing is that the people that watch the Chainsaw Man movie, they all probably watched the Demon Slayer movie. But the people that watched the Demon Slayer movie, not all of them watched, like a lot of them did not watch the Chainsaw Man movie.
Correct.
So it's like an unfair comparison coming from
Mhm.
both sides. So I think I'd be curious to see if more Demon Slayer fans watch the Chainsaw Man movie, you know, what
What
the
their opinion?
overall opinion then would be.
It makes sense, right? They were both great movies. We both enjoyed them. I I like your comparison, Jose, with Infinity War and Interstellar and even Oppenheimer, right? Like, I could probably watch Oppenheimer. I really liked it, so I could watch it once or twice. But like Infinity War, I can just go run the fights back,
Mm.
and just watch that.
Mm.
Not saying you can't do that for the Chainsaw Man, but like I said, the Akaza fight, just like it just emotionally capturing it all. And maybe we're just not deep enough in a Chainsaw Man story to get to that point, right?
Mm.
Because like we're also comparing these two movies that are very different in where they are in terms of the overall story.
Mm.
So I think Demon Slayer has definitely had more time to like build us up. This is the, nth movie where Chainsaw Man, this is their first movie, and they came out swinging.
Yeah, yeah,
Demon Slayer did the same, but
yeah. That's true. Demon Slayer definitely came out swinging too. So,
so it's awesome. Like, we were saying earlier, like we get to see this type of stuff
mhm.
and watching it in theaters is great.
Good, good. Let's just appreciate greatness, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that everyone has to
Compare.
tear. They have to tear. You can. I don't mind comparing, but people are comparing more to tear one down.
Yeah.
So that's our review, our discussion of Chainsaw Man Reze Arc, the movie. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. We appreciate all the support. We are Chopped Anime.